Okay, this shouldn't be too long, but it should be useful. So first we'll make that sub. Let's try and break the speed record for it. Combinator, called sub. I'll copy the notes from the other bass. Inside it we'll make Thor. Initialize it, and open it up. Set it to mono legato, so it only plays one note at once. Turn it to sine wave mode, down a few octaves. Remove the filter, sustain to full, and then a cool trick I discovered. Make a stereo imager, take the crossover frequency to 100 Hz, and then solo low band. This cuts off any frequencies that'll interfere with the other bass synths. Phew, I think that was about 30 seconds. I'll treat myself to a white chocolate chip cookie later, since I can't stand regular chocolate. See what I did there? I introduced something personal into the tutorial to make my viewers see me as human, and not just a disembodied British voice, increasing my viewer trust levels. So now you'll learn more effectively, since you know that cocoa beans make me physically sick. But yes, enough psychoanalysis. This isn't drum and Freud, it's drum and bass, and as such, the bass is vitally important to get right. Sometimes in the mix it can be difficult to separate the bass synth and the kick. I'm going to show you one technique to help with that now. It's called sidechaining. If you've watched the Electro House 7-Day song, or listened to popular music in the last 10 years, you might know this already. Sidechaining is that technique used on basses to make them pump by reducing the volume every time a kick drum is hit. It's accomplished by running the synth you want to duck under the kick drum through a compressor. Then, run the kick drum into the sidechain input on that compressor. With a suitable threshold, this will make the synth duck in volume. We'll be doing something like this, but it'll be so quick you'll barely notice it happening, except for the fact that the low end of the mix will sound clearer. So, move up to that epic bass we've made earlier. This compressor at the top is what we'll use for the sidechainery. And now in the beat up the top, hit tab to look at the back, and let's do some routing. Now, a useful thing here, press L so you remove all the leads. In the spider merger and splitter, we're going to take the output from the kick that's currently going to the EQ. Instead, we're going to move it into the input of the splitter from the merger's output. Then we're going to take one of the outputs from the splitter into the audio input of the equalizer, but the other output we're going to drag all the way down into the sidechain in on the compressor in the bass. So now if we hit tab and look at the combinators, you can see here this little external routing thing has lit up, showing us that it's linking between the two. This is useful to note, since if you save either of these patches, the external routing will not be saved. Anyway, watch the sidechain compression bar as I play the beat and change the ratio here in the compressor. The higher it is, the more compression happens. Now, I'm going to take this back down to where it was, just above 4:1, and now just adjust the release until it's just ducking down quickly when the kick drum hits. Yeah, it's ducking down quickly now. Now, take a proper listen, and voila, instant cleaner low end. So, we've made a Neurofunk bass dirtier than Jabba the Hutt's armpit, a resonant bass more evil sounding than an Englishman in a moustache and a cape, and a sub-bass more simple than anyone who thinks the Mormon religion is feasible after hearing how it began. Tune in tomorrow for day 3, where I'll be introducing a cool gated lead, as well as a sweet swishy pad. Until then, play around with your new bass, and make something that sounds like it showers in a sewer. Later, guys.